7 deadly sex mistakes. What men and women do wrong on bed. Are you there? Being selfish and focusing on yourself, not considering your partner. Yes, some people do this, both the man and the woman, whenever they are on bed. This is one of the mistakes they make. Not considering how the other person is faring, how the other person is enjoying it, how the other person is seeing it, whether she is not happy with the way you are acting. And you see the man or the woman not caring, but focusing on their own pleasure. It is not good. The next deadly sex mistake, what men and women do in bed, is not respecting your partner's limits. What do I mean by this? If you are such a woman, such a man, especially the women who are nymphal, who are never satisfied with sex, you see them not respecting their partner's limits. The man is very tired and weak. You see the woman pushing him. You see the woman very weak and gotten to her limit, especially after orgasm. You see the man pushing forward. This is a very bad mistake you do. Such your partner may die from such acts. Make sure you pay attention and respect your partner's limits. Anytime you see them getting weak and tell you they are okay, make sure you respect such word from them. It is very necessary. But so many of our men and women make this mistake. I hope you are going to learn from this teaching today. Not communicating is another deadly sex mistake that men and women make in bed. Not communicating with each other, with not talking with your partner, is a mistake, very costly, that can cause misunderstanding, that can cause discomfort, that can also cause unfulfilled desires. Make sure you pay attention to communicating with your partner before or within or during the act. The next deadly sex mistake men and women do wrong in bed is rushing foreplay. What do I mean by this? You see a man going to the room, to the bed, just straight to the woman's body, just straight to, commencing with the act without touching partner. It is very, very wrong. Some women are very tight. Whenever you rush on them without a good foreplay, you are going to cause discomfort. You are going to give them injuries, and you are going to put their mind off from you, because they will know that if it is a marriage, this is going to continue until death do both of you part. Make sure if you're a man, you learn. Don't be so eager, don't be so anxious to enter into your woman, jumping on her immediately you get to the bed. It is a very big mistake, very deadly indeed, that can break such marriage, such relationship. Another deadly sex mistake men and women do wrong in bed is forsaking the lubricant. So many of them do not know the importance of lubricant. That you are a man doesn't make the woman so free to enter into. You must make sure you know what lubricants are. A lubricant that will be very useful for that particular time. The one that cannot be a harm, that cannot be something deadly for your woman's body. So make sure you research, my brother. Know the kind of lubricant to use during sex with your partner. It is very necessary. Most of these teaching are to correct our brothers. So many of them who are so ignorant and who are not civilized, they think that a woman's body is a well where they will just go and enter. No, it's not like that. Women at certain stage of their life or within a month get tighter, and at other times they are freer. Make sure you go into studies, learn about your woman's body. It will help you in that marriage. Remember, sex is a very big bond, a great bond that connects you and your partner. When you do it well, knowing the necessary things to use during the act, you see your woman coming and serving you doing all you want her to do. The next deadly sex mistake men and women do wrong on bed is not experimenting. Yes, many of our brothers and even sisters do not know sex techniques. This is very, very important. It's in this period where sex is now food for people. You must learn different techniques that are there. Give it to your woman, so that even your woman give it to your husband, to give it to you, so that you won't see it so appealing when you go outside. Whenever given to you free, you won't value it because you have a woman who can give it to you. Also, the woman, you have a man who can give it to you. Make sure you explore different sex techniques during sex encounter, during intimacy in that room with your wife. Is it a bad thing I've said? Learn it. So many men are on the street. So many of our married women are also on the street in the laps of other men who give them the sex techniques, and they enjoy it. Make sure you are not fooled. The next deadly sex mistake men and women do wrong in bed is not paying attention to your woman's or your man's feelings. You know, some of our men just go there, they just satisfy themselves. What do I call it? Is it not selfish? Make sure you pay attention to your woman's desire, her feelings during this act. It is very, very necessary. This is what peps sex up between you and your partner. Make sure you do it. You paid her bride price, you married her. Is she not yours? Explore it. Let her enjoy it and tell you thank you at the end of it. Sure you have an open communication during this time. Whenever it is time for sex, for intimacy, make sure you have a good communication between your partner. It is a very good thing to do because this builds a very strong trust between partners in relationship. Next mistake the men and the women do wrong during sex is rushing for play. This means not taking time. It is always done by the men. You see yourself rushing without taking on that aspect of foreplay, because your woman in that relationship may be frigid, she may be very tight, she may be a virgin. If you don't introduce foreplay during this act, it is going to affect that relationship. This may cause such a woman to be in pains. You may begin to ask me, what is foreplay? If you are a novice in this line, I want to break it down for you. Foreplay includes romance, a stage in which you find yourself caressing, touch during this act. Remember, this teaching is purely for those in marriage. I'm not encouraging you, my sisters, if you are not married, to begin to do these things. This is purely for those in marriage. I want to help them, especially those of them getting married very recently, that got married recently. You go to the extent of touching your woman, my brother. Make sure you make her relax and feel okay. Anytime you introduce foreplay during sexual act with your woman, with your wife, you find out that the main act, which is penetration, is very easy. Make sure you take time to touch your woman. Make her feel at home. And this is one of the reasons why women stay put in that marriage. Why there is nothing that will push them away from you. When you are such a man who can make them relax during sexual act. I hope you understand. Let's go ahead. Ignoring your partner's non-verbal cues is very, very wrong. And it is all over everywhere, because I've had some of my friends complain about this, how their men are just concerned about how they feel during sexual acts or whenever they are on bed. Make sure you avoid this kind of mistake. This is what really is pushing our women aside. Remember the likes of Bataza, Ekonga. And this is what many of such women are testifying, that he is such a charming man. A man who knows what they never had. A man who gave them what they never experienced with their men. Make sure you avoid these wrong things whenever you are in bed or having intimacy with your woman. The next thing men and women do wrong in bed is not experimenting. What do I mean by this? Yes, some of our brothers who are not experienced, when they get married, I've heard about this complaint also several times, how they do not experiment. What do I mean by experimenting? Yes, they stick to one system, one style. They stick to one this or that. They do not make changes. They do not make their women happy. And one thing I want to add here is that this is the era of internet. Whether you do it or not, your woman is seeing all these things in internet, and most of them would long to have it with their partners. When you begin to stick to one technique, to one style, and your woman is noticing all these things, she may be forced to meet a man like our brother Bataza, and the story will be for the next day. Make sure you avoid these mistakes of not using the lubricants, of rushing foreplay, of not taking cognizance of her body language. Make sure you are a wise man. If you are listening to me and you have something to add, kindly put it down in the comment section. If you are seeing me for the first time without subscribing, kindly subscribe to your sister's channel. My returning viewers and subscribers, God bless all of you. I am so happy with you all. I say this year will be so good for you. This year will bless you. Kindly give this channel a thumbs up, hit the notification button, share this video to all your friends. Make sure you follow us as we move on. We are really moving on. God bless you. Kindly make sure you follow us and watch our videos, especially in our new channel, the Reproductive Wellness-A. Reproductive Wellness-A. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.